On another episode of the K-Swap 240 presented by Turn 14 Distribution.
Today's another big one where we're going to make that S2000 header fit this K24, lengthen the steering shaft, and box in the subframe.
The first item on the list today is modifying this S2000 header. We went back and forth, thought about building a custom header, but the cheaper and more inexpensive way may be to lop off the flange on the S2000 header. This actually does not fit the K motor. So the answer is to go out and get a K flange, which our buddy Aaron from Vibrant Performance hooked us up with. Thank you, Aaron. And as I said, cut this off, weld this on, which in theory seems very simple, but does require a bit of skill. Yes, victory. Well, Vin, I think you just showed everybody that this can be done at home with simple power tools, and I love it.
Make sure you have ear protection and a respirator, because this is not good for your lungs.
Yeah. Good thing I'm not wearing any of that stuff. Now comes the fun part, adapting the K header onto the S2000 manifold. And, well, if you look closely, it's not like the runners line up properly.
They're not the same.
They're not. So the center ones are much closer together. So Vin, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna have to heat them up, bend them, put
something like that. I don't
something
know.
in the middle and then push them that way, or?
Engine removal number 8.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole car's coming up now. Okay.
Well, the problem now is we've got mounts attached, we've got a rear mount attached, so there's a lot going on here.
Well, you did remove the tranny mount, right?
Yeah, I did.
So now we gotta get this.
See, now these mounts are kind of getting hung up.
This is supposed to be quick and easy here, boys. This is number 8.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of practice.
It's supposed to be, but
Everybody?
as I said, we have a lot of accessories over here now.
There you go. There you go. Woo! All right. I like it when the engine just starts to run away on its
There
own.
you go. You're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You
All
just
right.
needed a little bit of tilt and a little bit of up.
All right.
There you go. Whee!
Get her done, boys. Get her done.
Now we got it.
Jammed up!
Too much effort, boys.
See?
Too much effort.
Well, now we can marvel at our whole setup here.
Yeah, true.
Look at the mount. It's looking very pretty. These are going to be replaced because the BMW bushings are notorious
Not very strong.
for compliance, let's say.
Yeah. That's not an attractive color.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's an oil-based
somebody's got to do the
undercoating.
scrubbing, man, unfortunately. Vin wants this nasty subframe cleaned up, and it is full of our rust coating,
Yeah.
which means
Oh, yeah. It's
scrub it away, DP. Scrub it away.
not a fun job. I'm going to put on some glasses because it's just spraying everywhere. Look at this mess.
Yeah, that is so gross. In terms of making the flange fit the S2000 header, I thought it would be easy just to heat these two pipes up, bend them outwards, but Vin has told me that is not the way to properly
Bad
do this.
idea.
Because these will bend
They will
or they'll
crack. So it's not a good idea. So as soon as you pull this over, you put a lot of stress on this whole entire runner here. Eventually more heat cycles, the way it'll crack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this off here and kind of just rotate it, get it to the right spot, and then we'll just re-weld it. And
Yeah, that makes better sense.
That'll
And that way it
be
gives
much
us more
better.
control as to, even if we need to move this header a bit on the car, then if you just cut these off, you still have a full header that you can work with to make this work for your application too. Because I'm not sure, like S13, it might be a little bit different, but that's the plan. So let's get to this.
probably wondering why I'm using hose clamps on this.
I was just wondering that.
For me, this is the best way for me to kind of draw a straight line or give me a guide for a straight line. So when we cut it off, we could just rotate it, not worry about having any big gaps or kind of worrying about, you know, fitment, because preparation is the most important part of welding and or fabricating.
Yes. One down. So now we're going to see how this fits up and if we have any fitment or clearance issues, because we kind of test fitted it before with the S2000 header or the flange, and it seemed like it was going to be okay.
As you can see here, it's sort of really close to the engine mount.
Hit on that mount, which isn't too bad. We can kind of clearance that, but what about this area back here?
There's a ton of room over here.
This is still much better than building a custom header.
By far.
100%. Oh, and I should mention, that's right, that cost me $30. That header cost me $30.
The benefit of having this all cut off is you can kind of play with the angle that this header sits on, as you can see here. And then just throwing these kind of back on in place kind of fits. Obviously, you got to shape the rest of that just to fit it. These ports are oversized for these anyways, and it kind of should end up looking like that once it's all said and done.
Finn gave me his seal of approval on my cleaning job. He's rewarded me with this job.
This is like the never-ending cleanup job on the subframe. I'm loving this.
Well, we need to take the paint off, obviously, before he welds it up, so the mask might stay up if I hold it with this right by my eye.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so gonna take, he said go like a ½ inch around, clean it up, so he's got a nice clean meeting surface for welding. That's what we're gonna do.
All right, so now we have the header kind of in position where we want it to be. We got clearance all around the engine here. We'll just tack it in place and start building the rest of the header here. Originally, the header would have pointed this direction, but now we're moving it out this way. You can see that it's not a matter of just cutting it and turning it and then welding it, but you kind of have to shape the angle and cheat this a little bit. So you can see this gap here, but ideally all we really have to do is sort of kind of cut the same line on the other side, and hopefully we'll get a nice fit. I've already done this on this one here. It's a little bit short, but it's not a big deal, as we'll just weld it in place and kind of fill the gaps as we need. So after taking the measurement and seeing the angles to see how it fits, I realized there's about a little bit too much of a gap. You kind of want that runner right inside there, and then we'll have this much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sort of cut a sliver of this. This is 1 3/4, and then we'll just kind of bridge the gap between here to here using this piece of metal here.
I've seen zip tie tuning before, PT, but never this type of zip tie
Yeah,
tuning.
this is impressive.
Well, is this just so you can make a straight line?
Pretty much. It's something I learned back in the war.
Back in the war. It's a clever idea, actually, to use that around a...
You kind of find the lowest point on this side and the highest point on this side or whatever, and it'll kind of help you make a straighter line for cutting and shaping purposes.
With tubes, that's actually a really good idea. I'm gonna build a roll cage now for Connie using the zip tie technique.
Here are our spacers, so to speak, for the header. As you can see, they're just gonna give us just enough clearance and addition onto it so that we have good surface to metal contact, or metal to metal contact here in the header, because as Vin showed before, we would have had a gap here, so that way we close that in. Vin's just tacked up our header here now. So in an effort to expedite things, we're running a little bit behind. We're gonna move on to welding up that subframe.
Well, Vin, looks like you did a great job making this look pretty and strong.
Yeah, thanks. Unfortunately, I ran out of time to weld it all up.
That's okay. We will get to it in the next episode along with finishing up the steering shaft extension. As always, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, give us a thumbs up and make sure to hit the notification bell to never miss a video.
Why do I sound Scottish, and what's wrong with my voice?
It must be something we ate, or the microphone was turned off on the camera.
What happened to the easy days of doing this?
I don't know. It just got harder for some reason. I'm not sure why.
The valve cover's stuck underneath the.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well.
Well, that's an SR problem as well when you put the motor in and out. So I guess we're still gonna have that same problem.
Let's raise the car, not the motor.
You mean the motor, not the car?
Yeah.